Hi everyone, welcome to another Josekis lesson. In the past couple of videos we talked about the low double approach and the high double approach. But after these videos and after learning these variations, you might still be a little dissatisfied if you're playing black because it's not guaranteed that you'll get the corner. So what if you want the corner territory as black in this situation? You play the approach, white takes center and plays elsewhere. What if you want the corner? And the solution is actually quite simple. You come to the 3-3 point. So previously, we talked about the 3-3 point after all these pincers, right? You can come in and take the corner. Now without the pincer, of course, black will have no trouble taking the corner territory. So this video will briefly talk about how this works because it's going to be very similar to the 3-3 point with the pincers, and it's only going to be better for black, right? Because there's one fewer stone for white. So in this situation, it's probably better for white to try to disconnect these two black stones. Black must crawl here, and white should probably just extend. Black place this exchange, hane and connect, and now white must play right here, right? This is the age of AI. In the past, we often think about this move, but age of AI is all about this move on the second line. White is not afraid of this cut right away. And if black plays here, number 15, which is a little too early, not the correct move, white can actually play right here. And this is actually slightly better for white because white's shape is very, very strong. And number 5 is mostly dead. There's very little that you can do with it. And it's very hard for black to attack this white group. So that is why this Joseki has black extend here one more. Now black is really threatening the cut here. But white's next move is not to connect. Look at this shape. It's very, very ugly, very, very inefficient. So where should white go? Right here. This pincer. It's a really neat move because now number 17 and number 18 are mii, right? Black can only occupy one of them, and white will be able to escape this way. And now black has a couple of choices. One is to simply finish the shape on the corner, and white will play an extra move here. If white takes sente again, then black can play a number 19, kind of cutting off number 16 here, and jump out and start a fight. Then white will have a really hard time fighting. So white must play right here and number 18. And this will settle the shape for now, but black, of course, has this cutting point sometime down the line. Might be able to put some pressure on white from the right side, so there's a lot to be played. But for now, white should be okay. Another choice for black is to play this exchange first. This is pretty harsh. This is basically saying, I want to start a fight, right? And number 19 will still have to finish the shape on the corner. And now white will have number 20. It's a very harsh move that will lead to fights. So if you get to this point in your own game, have fun, right? It's gonna get really complicated. But white has the upper hand locally. Black will have valuable moves like number 21 that threatens to connect with these 3 black stones. So it might be something like this, right? Or white might have this move. If black tries to come out, then this will get really, really complicated. And I'll not try to show you any variations because I'm not sure what's the best way to play it out. If you have AI installed on your computer, you can try it out, but this is gonna get quite complicated. So more complicated than I anticipated, right? You might think it's just this Joseki that we've already seen, but because white is not settled here, it's a little tricky. Black must extend here to help number 5. And if you don't like the fight as black, then just play here, number 17. If you want to get into a fight as black, then it's your choice. In white's move, that will give you an advantage is right here, number 20. So this is all you need to remember for this Joseki. A couple more variations. One is right here, this hane. This will lead to fights. Black has 2 choices. One is right here. And now white cannot block. Right? If you block, this will kind of go back to one of the trick moves I introduced earlier here on my channel. Black will get a cut. And in this situation, because white cannot capture number 15 on the ladder, this ladder will not work. And this clamping move is actually really harsh. And the best white can do is number 18 right here, and capturing number 15 with a net. And even this really favors black, because this capture is not that clean. Sometime down the line, black will have all kinds of moves on the outside, right? Even from this side. So this favors black, clearly. And that means number 12 and 14, right? These two moves are not viable. So white can just connect here. Black will need to connect with number 13. And this is actually fine for white, right? White successfully protected the left side. Compared this with the previous Joseki, where black kind of jumps into the left side. So you might be a little dissatisfied as black. You may not want to give white all the left side that easily by playing two moves on the second line. And that's understandable. So that's why you can cut directly. And now white will play this move. Right? Remember that cutting here is not necessarily good with a pincer, with another stone somewhere on the upper side here. But without a white stone, this is actually viable. Right? So it'd be something like this. Now white has an option of just capturing number 11. Black can actually give it up, which is not very intuitive, but AI actually approves of this exchange. Black is already settled, and black can take care of number 5 next. With this move, any extension will work. So this pattern slightly favors black. If white keeps extending, then this might get a little more complicated. Black can play this exchange first, and what's surprising is that black actually does not need to connect here. You might be thinking black needs to connect here. This way, black will be able to capture white like this, which is good. If you make a living shape here, then white might be able to come out, make a living shape. But what's interesting is that AI is saying you don't need to save this stone. You can just crawl here, and now white must come out and fight. So this is what AI is suggesting. It's going to get really complicated, but this is just an idea, right? Because normally after number 20, we as human players think this is necessary. But now AI is starting to say it may not be that necessary. Just an idea. Again, the fight will be complicated after number 11, but as a start, right, number 12 and 14 is very key for white to play, and number 15, the direction of this Atari, is also very important to remember. Right? So this is viable, or would be something like this. Black cross, doesn't seem like white can crawl again. So white will have to trigger a fight. Are there any other moves for white? Not really. This will not work. This actually is a better shape for black. Black is more solid here. This favors black, right? This is better than the previous Josekis we saw. And this similarly won't really work. Black is very solid this way, and white will probably have to take sente. It's kind of an awkward position. So it's probably better for white to take sente and lead the pattern here. So number 10 here will not work. Lastly, if white already has something going on the left side, which is not the case here, but if there's a good setup on the left side, white can also block this way, and this will basically become a 3-3 invasion Joseki. This will be the equivalent of white coming in here and playing this, right? This will be exactly the same. After black takes sente somewhere, white has a couple of choices here or here, right? So very similar, or in this case, it's exactly the same, right? So after number 10, black can take sente, which is fine, or black can play right here or here as follow-ups to this Joseki. And I'll explain this Joseki in a section where I'll go over all the viable 3-3 invasion Josekis to the start point. Number 7, the 3-3 invasion is an alternative to the double approach. If you do not like the double approach as black in this situation, you can always take the corner territory and proceed from there. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Good luck, and thank you for watching.